are, 100K in the house. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Thanks.
whoa, whoa.
Woo.
Well done. Congrats.
Thank
Well,
you.
welcome to the 100K club. Was it 100K or 120K?
I guess it's 120. Yeah.
Not bad. Good week.
Yeah, I should do that again now. Do it a second time.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, what was the biggest problem stopping you from growing your business? Why did you choose us, my man?
Why did I choose you guys?
Yeah.
Uh, well, I looked at a lot of people. I saw a lot of ads. I tried a lot of like every low ticket tripwire thing in under the sun, and you seem like a real human being, like not I don't know. There's like this shiny internet marketer thing, and they've got the cool transition and they're like money, money things, and you seem like a real person, so that's why.
Realness got it today.
Yeah.
Um, were you hesitant at all? Worried about anything in particular?
When I joined,
Yeah.
I was hesitant. I remember being hesitant on the sales call.
Yeah.
Um, what was I hesitant about? I guess just making a commitment. Like, what if this is another program that isn't the thing that I need?
Hmm.
Um, and I've learned so much since then. But yeah, that's what I was nervous on the sales call with Kyle, and he walked me through, all the different things that I was worried about, and it was really helpful because I realized, like, yeah, I'm not gonna figure it out unless I commit to something.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you think your biggest belief change has been now, like where you're at now to where you were
Yeah.
before?
Yeah, it's hard. I guess it's kind of subtle because it's hard to know what your own beliefs really are. You kind of like
Mm.
uncover them by watching yourself. Like, I must
Mm.
believe this. Um, but I think I had a real attitude change. Like, well, let's see. It was like I wasn't 100% confident that I was just going to make it happen. It was more like a little bit of hedging always. Like, I'll try this and we'll see.
Yeah.
And always like 1 foot on plan B. Um, so I guess I wasn't fully committing, and I don't actually believe in the whole burning the boats thing. I think that's a little bit ridiculous. Like, it sounds cool, but it's true that if you're not taking all the actions you need, you don't know if the plan would work.
Mm.
If you do like 60% and then you kind of, so I think that's the biggest thing. The biggest shift for me was shifting into, okay, I'm just going to do all the steps that you need to do.
Mm. It
Yeah,
depends on the context. I agree with you burning the
yeah,
boat. So for example, um, say for example you got a job and you want to start a business, right? Of
yeah,
course, you don't burn the job
yeah,
until it's paying you, until the business is paying you on the side, right?
right.
But as you start to grow, you'll start to notice the quicker you are on a decision and the more
Yep.
all in you are on a decision, therefore, like you become someone that is quicker and more effective at making decisions, and you start to
Yeah, I can
notice
see that. Yeah, yeah,
how ineffective people are with decision making. And
yeah,
as you start to help more people, you'll start to realize like when someone really does burn that boat, right, they get it
yeah.
quicker.
I
And
see. Yeah, I can see that.
like
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I remember like when we used to do live events and I had this girl run up from the back. We used to do this commitment process. And the ones that did it were always the ones that were ready to make that decision. They wanted to, and they just needed the right environment to really
yeah,
fucking go for it. But I remember she came from the back. She was so like all in. She won it.
yeah,
And it was, people can say whatever they want about that, right? It is an experience that like if you're going to put yourself down through that, there's no going back. And she's never
yeah,
she's the one of the fastest that I've ever seen to over 1 million in less than 18 months from scratch, like
yeah,
never before has,
yeah,
and it was, yeah, look, it's right time. And so everything is context dependent,
yeah.
on certain things.
I think also, like, for me, I come from a science background, and
Mm.
so you're just supposed to. I think I made this thinking error. Like, I'm used to measuring things. You're trying to measure something objective, and then based on what happens, then you should take the decision. And I
Mm.
think what gets me tripped up, or what got me tripped up, was thinking like, that I was measuring some objective system. Like, let's see if this system works.
Mm,
But actually, it's like there's a difference between taking 100% of the actions and seeing if it works versus like I'm not really doing it.
yeah.
And I think that's where I got confused, like confusing science and doing shit.
Yeah, it's again
Yeah,
like very, very common in today's world because we live in a very um evaluating world where
yeah,
you know it's very easy to sit back and evaluate your decision and sit and take time, which is I'm not saying that's wrong, but there has to come a time where you know like you think less and do more. And although that's so generic and cliche, it
yeah,
the majority sit and think, and
yeah,
the majority get caught up in that. And you know, I've been there myself, especially when you hit a different level and you're looking to progress beyond that. You have to cut away from you know, consuming loads of content because
yeah.
it just it just recycles the decision and delays the inevitability that you're going to have to make a decision. So how do you how do you feel life is, you know, I get these are early days still, but are there any like early sorts of signs of like how life can be different for you?
A life. What do you mean? What do
What I
you?
mean, in terms of like, you know, like as you start to go through your business and as you start to expand your business, you know, life changes.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. It might
Oh
not
yeah.
be any,
I
but like,
No, I know what I'm trying to do now, I think. And I also see what's going to change. And it's also very similar for clients.
mm,
I don't know. I've started to think that like technical skills and um what's the word? Even like expert knowledge, it's not what's holding people back. Like even my clients and probably me too. You know, it's like just doing it. And it's always some personal reason why people aren't.
mm,
There's like a difference between what you know and what you can do. And I'm like, how do I keep closing that gap? So I actually do the things that I think that I know. I don't even do half of them. So I see that that's one big focus difference is I'm not as interested in consuming more new information. It's like, how do I start putting the best things I know into practice daily in a repeatable way? And how my life's changing? I don't know. I mean, I think like what I'm doing with growth partner business model. I don't know if I'll stick with that, but that seems like not a difficult way to get to a million run rate. And
hmm.
my goal is to get to somewhere around that level and then start systematically like removing work time.
Yeah,
So
nice,
can I do it on like, you know, I recently took away Saturdays. I was working on Saturday and I said, okay, can I do the
nice.
same amount of output and be there with my family on Saturday? And I want to like take away Friday next once I
Dude,
get to a different revenue goal.
that's where it's at. You start
Yeah.
looking at how do you keep the same level of however you want to say it, like revenue or output or
Yeah.
without you there doing it. And
Yep.
then find the balance between because like I basically removed myself at one stage completely and revenue was increasing. So you've ticked the
That's great.
box, you know, like and it's like it's no
Yeah.
longer required
Yeah.
and it got to completely removed. And then
Yeah.
I was like, so what do people do? Like, and then
Yeah.
you're like, you spent 5 hours at the gym, and then you're like, hmm.
Yeah.
And so you have to find the right balance and
Yeah.
or find the
I
right,
tried not working before. I know I need to work a little bit.
yeah, you have to then you find out what's the right actions and then as you continually grow, you're constantly looking at is this the most value for my skill set, for my time, for the things I enjoy?
Yeah.
And that, in my view, is what fulfillment really is. And it's a test and measure, adapt accordingly to how you feel and you know, like what sort of
Yeah.
interaction you need. But dude,
I
that's
think what makes me
amazing.
think
Go on.
I think of you and some other people I know in the space that are doing really well, and you interact with them. Like when I talk with you, I'm like, I know you don't have to spend so much time with everyone in COA. You like literally do not have to do that. So you must want to,
Yeah, of
and
course.
that like comes across like it's
Mm,
really fun to work with someone like they want to be there, like you want
yeah,
to be there, and like that's why I like going to see you on Thursday. Like you,
yeah.
you want to be there.
It's important. Like I have to
That's
find
great.
the right balance of interaction with at different stages, you know, of our client journey, for example,
Yeah.
we, you know, I've tested out and it's normal as you grow a business, you have to do everything. And then you
Yeah.
start taking yourself out of certain
Yeah.
bits, um, and then fine tuning again, like just, you know, your time availability to maximize also. Um, there's only so, you know, like, as you know, you repeat yourself many times over, which is totally cool. I'm down with that. But it's also like doing that in the most efficient way so that everyone
Yeah.
else is benefit. Like, you know, it's not just, I actually like, even at our top agency, there's not much point doing one-to-one, even at that level. It's still because it's actually, you get a much better impact on everyone if it's one to many more
Yeah.
consistently. So it's better for the team, it's better for the client, it's better for everyone.
Yeah.
Cool, my man. Well, look, thank you for being amazing. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Let's get you clear on your next steps. Okay.
Okay.